everybody, how you doing? This is Lauren from Melka Garden Center in Mokina. Hope all is well. I'm going to be doing a short tutorial video on making your own fresh holiday planter. I have here a 14-inch container. You can do any size you need to, so I'm just going to kind of go over the quick steps to make your own container at home. You will be receiving, or if you're purchasing, a handful of different greens. You always want to start out with your container filled with soil, a nice potting mix for drainage, and make sure you water the soil before you start putting anything into your container. But the first thing you always want to start with is your spruce top. As you can see, I've already put it in my container. This is a 14-inch pot, so the spruce top is very, very tall. I made a fresh cut at the bottom of the spruce top, and I just plucked it right into the center, so super, super simple. The next step is going to be your Fraser fir. Fraser fir is the most popular type of evergreen and Christmas tree that we do sell. Couple different types of branches you're going to receive, but basically after your spruce top, the next step is to take 3 very straight tallest branches, which you'll be getting in your container. Okay, so the 3 tallest pieces, nice and straight pieces like you have here. Okay, you always want to do a fresh cut at the base of each branch before you put it in the container. It's kind of like buying fresh cut roses, how you do a nice trim at the bottom before you put it in water. So make sure you got some pruners. I just basically did a simple fresh cut, and you're going to start putting these 3 pieces of Fraser around the center of the spruce top, kind of like a triangle. So you put the one here, spin it, take my other second straight Fraser piece, fresh cut, put it there. So again, I'm doing a triangle, 1, 2, and then 3 is going to be the third ones right here. Okay, so again, first step was spruce top, second step is Fraser fir, 3 straight pieces. Also too, in the basket or bag you're receiving is going to be a big handful of Fraser fir in a red bag. I of course have a lot of different pieces like that, so I'm going to quickly start just kind of doing fresh cuts at the base and plucking it in and just filling. You're basically just filling in, making a foundation for your container. Of course, I'm going pretty fast just for video purposes. I always like to kind of keep spinning the container, just so you're making sure you're getting all different angles. Again, for time's sake, I'm not going to finish all my Fraser fir putting in just for time's sake, but it kind of gives you the gist of, you had your 3 straight tall pieces, and then you're kind of going down to your medium, smaller pieces just to fill that in. So again, you're still going to have a huge handful of Fraser that needs to be added. I'm just not adding it due to time's sake, but you're just going to keep turning your container, plucking in those pieces, making it nice and full. Full, kind of like a little end sample I have here. Okay, after your Fraser, going down your list, the next type of green you're going to use is Douglas fir. This is actually my favorite. It's more of a lighter green color, just is very soft, nice bristles to it. So this would technically be the 3rd item you're going to put in your container. You're going to again get 3 to 4 very tall pieces of Douglas fir. That would again be the next thing you put after your Fraser. Again, making some nice simple cuts here at the bottom, kind of cutting off the stragglers. So you might want to do this maybe in a garage, or if it's a nice day like it is today, because it might get a little messy with the needles. And again, 3 pieces. So I just did my first, another fresh cut, and I'm going to spin my container. And again, kind of do it in 3s in a triangle. And I'm going to put my 3rd piece right there. So again, that was the Douglas fir. That was the 3rd step in the greens. Okay, after that, I'm going to do Port Orford cedar. Port Orford cedar is a very wispy type of an evergreen. A lot of times it has more of a darkish red kind of vine to it. Kind of a little bit of white of a silvery texture to it. Again, you're going to receive about 3 to 4 very tall pieces of this, maybe a few little fillers. You're basically doing the same thing, kind of going in 3s, filling in kind of those empty spots, Still making sure you're doing a little bit of a fresh cut after each, or before you put it in. I didn't do it on that first one, but just reminding you. So that was 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna put that third one right here. This is nice and wispy. It kind of fills in the space in between the spruce top and the Fraser. Kind of has a citrus odor to it as well. That's nice texture. Okay. Next one after that is white pine. White pine, white pine. White pine, also there's another type of pine called princess pine. It comes in huge branches, but white pine, it's very wispy like that. It is a type of a evergreen tree. We do actually sell a few here for the holidays. This is more of just kind of giving you, and again, you would have more Fraser, but just for time's sake, sometimes it's good to kind of put it at the edges. You can even cut these pieces really short if you want to kind of fill it here at the end. I don't know if our container, yep, our done container here has a few little pieces. It's kind of nice if you did some short ones, tall ones at the top. But the white pine is another just nice wispy texture to it, kind of an airiness. After the white pine, you are gonna then apply your kind of your final accents. So the last one is called incense cedar. Incense cedar is a type of green, of course, but it has these yellow kind of berry buds to it. Might be difficult to see a little bit. Huge piece. Of course, you're not going to receive this large of a piece. You're probably going to get about 2 nice solid pieces. You want to put this more at the focal of your container. Since it has the beautiful yellow buds, why put it at the back where you can't see it? You want to put it somewhere front, probably where you're going to put your bow. With the DIY kits, everyone does get one bow, or if you're making this at home, we do have bows for sale, but you want to put it somewhere where you're going to see it. So say, for example, this were my focal point. I would want to put the greenery in the front, so you see that beautiful yellow buds. And again, it kind of gives you that drooping effect, which again, I would probably put like my bow here, my pine cones, all those kind of things. So that was incense cedar. If you're doing a 14-inch container, you do get a blueberry cedar to it, which I do have a grouping of that. You'll get a very large bunch. This is called blueberry cedar. Again, your piece might be a little bit smaller than this. So again, I would trim this. I'm not going to trim it now because that's a nice piece. Again, you'd want to try to put that at the focal of your container, of course, a little bit down in the soil. But why would you put that at the back of your container where no one's going to see it? That is gorgeous with those berries. So you want to put that, try to put it somewhere in the front. Maybe have your cedars kind of off to the side there. So blueberry cedar is very, very, it's beautiful, blueberries. After that, you're going to get a bag of white birch branches, 3 brown pine cones. You will also get a sprig of a red berry in there as well too. You'll get your bow, like I've said before. And of course you can dazzle up the planter any way you want. You could put birch poles in it, you could put glitter ting ting. There's a lot of different add-ons if you want to bring it up to that next level. But the DIY kit or the pre-done container that we have here at Melka's are beautiful porch pots. Everything is fresh, and you could, do it at home yourself. So a couple last minute things was I did mention that I watered the soil in the container before I added any greens. Very, very important. Basically watering this container until it freezes. Currently this year we're having a little bit of a warm spell, so things are having to get watered a little bit more often. If you check it every 2 to 3 days, water it at the base, miss the greens until that container freezes. That's mine last year lasted till beginning of March. So it was, lasts a very, very long time for you. But ideally it's gonna thrive better outside. Keeping it well watered, ideally out of the sun would be ideal, but it's a beautiful porch pot. If you have any other questions or any needs you need, let us know. We're here at the Garden Center for you 7 days a week. Happy holidays.